So, welcome back to another amazing episode of personal development. Today, we are going to be talking about you are qualified. So, stop disqualifying yourself. Um, some of the things that I love learning is things that impact society as a whole. This is something that everyone struggles with. I struggle with this on a daily basis. Am I qualified to do what I'm doing? you know who said that I should be able to do these things and say these things and teach on these things. It's one of those great lies of life that we talk about, which is the imposter syndrome. And so today I wanted to go over some things to help you ease your mind and let you know that you are qualified. You are able to do the things that you are called to do. And the first thing that I want to talk about is that great lie. We have the imposter syndrome, but the great lie that you probably tell yourself and other people probably tell you, and if they do, understand that they are not the people that should be in your circle. And the thing is you think that you're not qualified to help other people because of what you've gone through. I've done this talk a lot on, allowing your struggle to become your story, which in turn turns into your success. The things that you've gone through have created you to be who you are today. Good, bad, ugly, a combination of all that is who you are today. So you need to stop having those thoughts about yourself, that the things that you have gone through disqualify you for being able to help other people. The great thing about your struggle and the things that you've gone through, and it may be the things that you've done to yourself or the things that other people have done to you, things that have been out of your control, you can connect to others through that. People do not love perfect people. They like watching them, but they do not trust them. That's why we started out with social media with all these filters, and now all of a sudden all these perfect pictures and all of these filters that have been put on are starting to have backlash because people want to see the true unfiltered person that they're coming to. They said people identify with your struggles, not your successes. They love the success story and they get attracted to the success story. But what they really want to know is what you went through to get there. They love hearing the underdog story. You probably love hearing the underdog story. You love listening to the things that happened to people, the dirt that they had to go through, the obstacles that they had to overcome, the hardships that they went through to get to the other side of where they are. The same is true for you. You have gone through those things. You've gotten to where you are. So you can share your story with other people and make an impact in their life. And the thing is you don't know what that impact is going to be to somebody. You don't know how many lives you will change and impact until you get to heaven and you get those hugs from those people. It's going to be a giant hug fest when you get to heaven with people that you've never met and never known because of the things that you've done. You can say one word that lands on someone's ear that may cause them to change slightly, but they're not the success story. The success story is how that kind word impacted their life small, but it was enough to make a huge impact in their child's life. And their child grows up and they're the ones that impact millions of people. And that wouldn't have happened if you didn't start that ripple effect by saying a kind word to the person that needed it in that moment in time. So you will do something nice and positive and kind in one small moment to somebody that could radically change the history of their family tree. So when you are out and about, that's why I always talk about speaking life and speaking positively over people and looking for the good in others to point them out, because the majority of people don't get those things spoken to them on a daily basis. Most people don't have them looking for the good. They're looking for the thing that can trip them up, the thing that they can criticize them for. So if you are a people builder, you will cause ripple effects that go far and wide and long through history. Also know that your past doesn't disqualify you. You know, we talk about being qualified to do these things and that your mess can be your message. You need to know that what you've gone through is actually what qualifies you to help the most people like yourself in the place that you were. Perfect example is Stephanie and I. You know, when we went through the last economic downturn and we were losing everything, we were filing for bankruptcy, we were losing our fitness franchises, we were standing in food lines to get food so we had enough money left over to not lose our house. We were going through those tough times, knowing that we were made for more, knowing that God had opportunities waiting for us. We just had to go through it and believe that there was going to be something on the other side. So for us, we have the ability to speak to those people who may currently be in foreclosure, who may be currently in bankruptcy, who may be standing in food lines and scraping just enough money to get by. And we can speak to them because we've been there. We can empathize with them. We know the feelings. We know what it feels like to be there, not wanting to be there, not ever wanting to be there ever and ever, ever again. So we can use those experiences to connect with those people that are just in that moment. So think about this. In order to help somebody, you only need to be one step ahead of where they are. So you could be one step removed from the things that you went through, and you have the qualification to help somebody that's currently still in that. You know, I think one of the biggest things that is a lie that people tell themselves is, I can't share my story. Guys, this is the thing that the devil tries to hold over you, is that you can't share your story because it's dirty, it's bad, you feel mean, you feel nasty, you can't comprehend being able to share that secret small part of your life. When in actuality, the moment that you open up about it, it will change your life drastically. It took us 3 or 4 years before we even started talking about what we went through. But the moment that we went through and started talking about it, it's like a cloud was lifted off of our shoulders, but also it restored joy to us because of the fact that we were able to see the new impact that we were having based on sharing our struggles and our mess. So not only did it help other people, it helped heal how we felt about that situation. We were able to, like I said, go back and change the past because our view of the past become completely different. We now started looking at it as a way to help others and impact others based on what we went through versus it being something bad and negative that we went through. So how does that happen? Well, you have to continue to focus on personal growth, guys. We talk about this time and time again. You have to constantly be growing further away from the things that you don't want and the things that you went through to the things that you want to become and the things that you want. And in order to grow to that point where all of a sudden you feel comfortable about sharing your experience, sharing the dark stuff, the dirty stuff in your life that you can be able to impact people with, you have to do some personal growth on the inside of you so that you're able to now turn and share those things for others. Do you have a personal growth plan? I would like to say you do because you keep tuning into these trainings to learn and better yourself. But outside of this, what are the other things that you're doing? Because you need to continually pour into yourself daily in order to combat the things that are happening in your life around you and the things that are being said to you. Also, you need to constantly be pursuing your highest potential. Guys, we talk about this all the time, is what happens is there is no finish line. You have been sold a lie that there is a finish line, that once you get to it and you break that tape, everything's going to be perfect. Well, unfortunately, that's not how it goes. There is no finish line. There is only untapped potential. You have unlimited potential available to you. The question is how much are you going to tap into, and how much are you going to grab onto before you die? You know, the goal of life is to get all the way to the end and have gotten most of the potential that you could possibly get up until the time God calls you home. That way, when you get to heaven, you don't look back on your life and go, wow, I could have lived a completely different life had I tapped into this person, this part of my life, this group of people, because I didn't take those steps. I didn't use that potential that was in me to get to that point. I left those things on the table. So guys, make sure that you are going all out. You are doing all the things that you are capable of before you die. So to recap today, guys, the things that you need to know is that you are qualified. There's a great lie in life that you're telling yourself that you are not qualified. Don't listen to the lies that other people tell about you, saying that you aren't qualified to do what it is you're doing. Connect through your story. Your mess is your message. Your story is your strength. Realize that one small deed could change the effect and the outcome of lives for time to come. You can go out and do things for people who were just at the point you were just at. You are one step ahead of the person that you should be looking to help. So look for those people that are just like where you were, because you are the most equipped to tell them how to get through it. Make sure that you have a personal growth plan so that you can continue to be growing. You can continue to be learning. You can continue to take that and teach people, and constantly pursue your potential. Are you going to get to heaven and find out how much you left on the table? Or are you going to take it all and get there and be that one person that reached their potential? Guys, go all out this week. Do incredible things. Share your story. Share your testimony. Look for people's lives to change, and it will be added to you. Go out and make it an amazing day, guys. And I hope your day is as awesome as you are. See ya.